Welcome to today's episode of Tech Talk, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of code and development. I'm your host, and I'm thrilled to share some cutting-edge insights with you. Today, we're exploring the remarkable capabilities of an innovative tool that promises to revolutionize how we search through our code. Enter SourceBot. Now, if you're a developer or just someone who's ever navigated the labyrinth of code, whether on GitHub or GitLab, you know that finding the right piece of code can be a daunting task, right? It's a bit like searching for a needle in a haystack. Well, what if I told you there's a way to make that search not just easier, but blazingly fast? Sounds intriguing, right? So let's paint a picture here. Imagine you're working on a large project with millions of lines of code. You need to quickly locate a function or a class that you remember being there, somewhere, but you just can't seem to find it. Wouldn't it be great if you had a powerful search tool at your fingertips that could sift through all that complexity in the blink of an eye? That's where SourceBot comes into play. SourceBot is designed to simplify this process, deploying as a single Docker image. For those unfamiliar with Docker, it's kind of like having a whole toolkit that you can easily deploy and run on your local machine without complex setup procedures. Think of SourceBot as a magical search wand, one that equips you to search not just one, but multiple repositories with ease. Now let's talk about performance. SourceBot can search through millions of lines of code in mere moments, and that's frankly impressive. It allows developers to not just streamline their workflow, but also recover valuable time that can be spent innovating instead of hunting for lost functions. If you've ever felt that frustration of staring at a screen and not finding what you need, you know exactly how valuable this time can be. But here's a question for you. How often do we need to actually refactor our search processes to adapt to the growing complexity of our code bases? I mean, it's important to think about, especially in environments where code bases rapidly expand. Switching to a tool like SourceBot not only simplifies searching, but also promotes better coding practices by making it easier to keep track of your code as it evolves. Now, what's really fascinating is the licensing behind SourceBot. It's MIT licensed, which means that it's accessible for everyone. The tech community thrives on open source contributions, fostering innovation and collaboration. This approach often gives rise to tools that are powerful and capable of competing with proprietary solutions. Well, there you have it. SourceBot might just be that secret weapon you didn't know you needed in your developer toolkit. Just think of the hours you could save. And as we all know, every minute counts. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Have you used any similar tools in your coding journey? What was your experience? And how do you think speeding up code search can impact your overall productivity? Feel free to let us know. As we conclude this episode, remember to keep exploring and finding new ways to enhance your coding practices. Thanks for tuning in to Tech Talk. We'll catch you in the next episode, where we'll dive into another riveting topic in the tech world. Stay curious and keep coding.